Okay, today we are going to do a crochet chemo cap. The pattern is poster cap, and you can find it on the Knots of Love website. I'll put a link in the description. This is worked with front post double crochets, and you'll see it kind of gives a little bit of a spiral to the hat. You can kind of see it goes up when it goes around. It kind of works on the diagonal. And then the top of the hat I'll put under my little globe. You can see starts off just like a normal spiral with a hat, okay? And what we have to do to make our hat circular, okay, is we have to increase regularly around. So let me show you what I mean by that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a slip knot on our crochet hook. And then the first thing it says to do is we are going to chain 4. And we're going to join these with a slip knot. So you're going to go into the stitch right above the knot, go in with a slip stitch, and we joined. Now if you kind of tug them apart a little bit, you'll see that there's a hole in the middle. That is the hole that we are going to go through. Okay, and let me just adjust so that we can see this a little bit better. Okay, let's see if that works. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to chain 2, and you'll note in the pattern that it says that does not count as a double crochet. So we're just going to chain 2 and then we ignore it. And then it says to make 12 double crochets in the ring and join with a slip stitch into the first double crochet. So again, we're going to ignore that chain. So we're just going to work our 12 doubles all into the same spot. And if you kind of lay your tail along where your work is and then go over your tail as you work, that kind of lets you tighten it up at the end. So we've done 2, and then we'll go to 3. All the way up till 12. Up to 9. 10, 11, and 12. Okay, now we're going to slip stitch. And again, we're not going to go into this chain because it's not a stitch. They want you to go into the double crochet. So our first double crochet is over here. So we're going to go into that stitch and we go under both loops for a slip stitch. Okay, and then it tells us to round 2 to chain 2. Okay, and to do 2 doubles in the same space that we just went up. So you follow it down. Okay, you follow it down and then you're going to go right into this spot over here. Okay, let me see if I could make it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we can see more. So you're going to follow the chain down and you're going to go right into that spot right under here. And we're going to do 2 in here, and then it tells us to do 2 in each one around. Okay, so you're just going to keep going 2 in each stitch, and we're going to have 24 all around. And then when you get to the end, you're going to join with a slip stitch. So I worked up, okay, this, and this has gotten us up to row 6. Now what we're going to do to get this to lay flat or almost flat, it is going to curl a little bit, but you can see that it is very circular. And in order to do that, the first row we start off with 12. the next row we have to increase 2 in each one, okay, because we have to increase by the number that we started with. So since we started with 12, each row we're going to increase with 12 stitches, and we don't want them to be all lined up next to each other. So the first row is 12, the next one we do 2 in each one. Then after that, what you'll be doing is you're going to work 1 up, okay, and then a single, and then we do 2 in 1, and then a single, and then 2 in 1, all the way around. The next row we're going to work 2 singles and then 2 in 1. So it'll be 2 singles and then 2 in 1, and these are all double crochets. So a double crochet in one, a double crochet in the next, 2 doubles in the third stitch. And then your fifth row, row number 5, is going to be a double in the next 3, so 1 double, 1 double, 1 double, and then 2. And you can see how it increases around evenly. So that gets us up to row 6. Now for row 6, okay, we're going to add our front post double crochets. So now if you actually pull the stitches apart, the part that hangs the long part of it, this is called a post, okay? That's what we're going to be going around. So it tells us that we're going to chain 2 and then a FPDC in the next double, okay? So what that means is a front post double crochet. And the top of the pattern, it tells you how to do it. You're going to yarn over. We're going to insert the hook under the post of the double crochet in the row below from right to left. So we go behind the stitch, okay? And then we grab our yarn like we normally would and come behind the stitch, and then we finish our double crochet. Okay, and then it says that you are going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches. So this guy has already been taken, so we go into the next one, and we go into the next one. Now we're going to repeat that. So again, this guy has been taken if you follow him down. So the next one is this one over here. So we wrap our yarn around, we insert the hook behind the stitch, and then we wrap around, bring it through, and through again. Okay, so that you can see how it kind of lays on the front of the fabric. That's why we get the front of it. So you're going to continue in this manner. So this guy is taken up. We're going to do 2 in the next one. And 2. And then we're going to go back to our front post again. So you'll see, and you could also count them from the row below. So this guy kind of stands up. So then we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go around this guy. Okay. Okay, so you'll see there's 2 stitches between each of them. And we just keep doing this all the way around. So we do 2 doubles, and then we do another front post. So we go around, in, and then finish the stitch as normal. So you'll see that there's parts, it's kind of going to be like spokes in a wheel, and you're going to go around, and then you're going to join with a, join with a slip stitch to the first post. So it goes all the way around here. Now the next one, to get that spiral, you're not going to line up your post for post. Okay, so we can see here, if we turn this around, this is kind of what we did. Okay, so for this one, you'll see the post is here, and then we had a space, and then it was here. Now for the next row, it goes 1 over. Okay, actually it goes this way. It starts 1 over. So instead of doing a post right off the front. Row 7 is you're going to double crochet in the first stitch and then work a post, front double post, and then double crochet in the next 2 and then work a post. So the post got moved over by 1, and you're just going to keep doing that. Row 8, you're going to move 2 over, so it's a single, and then your post, or a double crochet, and then your post. And you're going to repeat rows 6, 7, and 8 until the cap measures approximately 7.5 inches. Okay? And if you're going to measure from the very tip up here down. Okay? So this part is 7.5 inches. And then you're going to work 2 rows of single crochets, each stitch for stitch, and that gives you a nice little brim. And that is our poster cap with our front post double crochets, and it gives it a nice spiral effect.